Welcome to The Hypnotist, the show that gives you inside access to cutting-edge hypnosis with real clients facing genuine issues. Brought to you by the hypnotherapist demanded by celebrities, CEOs, and even royalty, Adam Cox. These recordings took place live from Adam's clinic in London's world-famous Harley Street. This podcast features powerful hypnosis, so do not listen while driving or operating machinery. This recording is not suitable for those with epilepsy or severe mental health issues. So, get yourself comfortable and enjoy today's episode of The Hypnotist.
Hi, it's Adam here, and in this episode of The Hypnotist, you're going to be listening to a hypnosis session that actually wasn't created for a client. It was inspired by a book that I read over 25 years ago, and the book was called Rhinoceros Success by an author called Scott Alexander. And it's a very small, simple book, but it uses a metaphor of a rhino, and the rhino doesn't let anything get in its way. It takes aim and it charges. And there's many metaphors within the broader metaphor of taking aim and charging at your goals, like the thick skin of the rhino representing resilience and the ability to almost be desensitized to all of the obstacles and things that can get in its way. That intensity is useful, that if you take aim and charge, then you have momentum on your side. But if you tentatively try, you're never going to bring that force of nature required to break through some of the inevitable doubts and barriers and inertia. So it's about focus, it's about action taking, it's about determination, a positive mentality. I don't really go too much into the hypnosis session about that, but it does make a comparison in the book between rhinos and cows. And cows in the book represent mediocrity, that they're not really driven towards any goals. They're just passively grazing, willing to accept whatever life throws their way. But the rhino is different, and they are willing to charge, and they are willing to move forward. And clearly it's a metaphor, because I don't believe for a moment that rhinos are sat there in the savannah, with a vision board figuring out their goals and their plans. But as a metaphor, it kind of works to have a sense of power and strength and momentum and intensity and all of those kind of things. And that's what you're going to hear in this hypnosis session, which is only about 15, 20 minutes long. It's not a long hypnosis session. But to get the most out of this session, what I would encourage you to do is to think of a specific goal, and I would recommend choosing one of two. Either a goal that you know that you want but haven't taken any action yet, or something that you've taken action in the past but you've kind of given up, and this would represent another attempt to achieve that goal. The clearer you are on a very, very specific goal, the more you will benefit from this session, because you can just listen passively. But I always like to be intentional, and I would encourage you, whether it's this hypnosis session or any other, set an intention, use the pause button right after the explanation has been given, but before the hypnosis has started, to set an intention. Is there a change you want to make? Is there a goal you want to achieve? Is there a breakthrough that you want? And then press play, because you're going to get so much more out of the hypnosis. So think of that singular goal, and only one, because you can't take charge at 3 goals simultaneously. Think of one specific goal that if you went about it with so much intensity and refused to quit, you probably would end up achieving that particular goal. And then to get the most out of this session, ideally do it in a place where you're not going to be interrupted. So find that quiet, comfortable place, particularly where you won't be interrupted or disturbed. Relax and enjoy the session. Take a deep breath in. And as you breathe in a slow, long, relaxing breath. And as you breathe out, make the decision to just let go of any stress, tension, or worries. And when you breathe in a wonderful, resourcing feeling of relaxation, and allow yourself to exhale anything holding you back from pure tranquility and relaxation. Breathing in, one of the main ingredients conducive to a powerful imagination. And maybe that ingredient is creativity, the kind of playful creativity you had as a child, at a time when you were playing with toys and your imagination took you to an entirely different universe where animals could talk and dolls had a whole story and action figures had powers and adventures. So allow yourself to breathe in and breathe out, taking yourself deeper and deeper relaxed into a place of wonderful relaxation. And I wonder what might happen when you allow the power of your imagination to go on a unique adventure. The kind of adventure where anything is possible. So breathe in that wonderful feeling of calm and relaxation. And as you exhale, use the power of your imagination to imagine what might happen if you floated up outside of your body and went on a journey. The kind of journey far, far away. Perhaps as far as Africa. So breathe in that wonderful, calm feeling of relaxation. Allow your physical body to remain where it is. And allow your imagination to fly over land and oceans all the way to the savannah. I want you to imagine seeing pure nature for thousands of miles all around you. And just allow yourself to see the animals of the savannah. I want you to imagine seeing a herd of wildebeest. See the hippos bathing in the water. Maybe you could imagine elegant giraffes gently strolling to pick the freshest leaves from the tallest trees. Imagine seeing elephants slowly grazing, and imagine seeing a pride of lions sleepily and lazily relaxing in the sunshine. But I want your imagination to be captivated by a solitary rhinoceros. I want you to imagine just observing this rhinoceros with thick skin and all of that power and strength, and yet remain so calm. Just observe that in this magical place, the rhinoceros seems to be unfazed. Imagine getting closer to that rhinoceros. And just imagine as you take another deep breath in, as you exhale, imagine that you become the rhinoceros. So imagine yourself standing in a wide, open savanna. Imagine the feeling of the warmth of the African sun on your back, the soft rustle of wind in the tall grass. But there's something different. The way you move, you feel the mass of an entity more than a ton. Consider this a thought experiment where just for now, you imagine that you are not human, that you are a powerful rhinoceros, standing tall with 2 inches of thick, impenetrable skin, and you're ready to charge towards whatever your goals, ambitions, or intentions may be. Notice your breathing is slow and long, and as you look around this vast savanna, you see your destination in the distance. Maybe a land of abundance, a place where all your dreams and aspirations live. And just imagine feeling an overwhelming surge of power in your body, like a coiled spring ready to be unleashed. Notice how your muscles are strong, your breath deep, and your mind laser focused. Just get a sense that as a rhino, nothing stands between you and what you want. All that matters is your next move, and that is charging ahead. So feel that determination. You know what you want, and you're willing to charge through anything to get it. And as you begin to charge forward, maybe you can imagine obstacles appearing in front of you. Thick bushes, rocks, or even predators that would try to stop a lesser animal. But you are no cow grazing passively in the field. You Rhino. Feel the strength in your thick skin. Nothing can penetrate it. Not the harsh words of others, nor the failures of the past, and not the doubts creeping in your mind. And with every obstacle you plow through, your skin thickens, and you become even more resilient. Feel how nothing can hurt you. You are unstoppable. Feel with laser focus. Your eyes are locked on your goal. The distractions of the world, the gossip, the doubts, the temptations to give up are all around you. But you do not even blink. As a rhino, you only focus on what matters. Forward movement. Every step is purposeful. Every charge full of intention. And you hear the pounding of your hooves on the ground. And with each step, you are closer to your goal. Feel the confidence of moving forward without hesitation. Imagine yourself now making decisions, maybe back in your reality with that same precision and focus. No second guessing, no holding back. You charge forward with determination and purpose. And now back in that body of the rhino. And as you move through the savannah, notice the brightness around you. The sun feels good, energizing. Even the challenges seem like part of the adventure, part of what makes you stronger and more capable. In your mind, you know that each step brings you closer to where you want to be. You feel an overwhelming sense of positivity, an excitement that keeps you moving faster and faster. And imagine carrying this enthusiasm into your life, where even the most difficult tasks feel like opportunities. Every challenge becomes a game to win, and your energy increases the more you move forward. And now, as you continue charging, a deep canyon opens up in front of you. A huge gap. And while most would stop at this point, hesitant, afraid of what's on the other side, you do not feel that. You are fearless. You see the gap as nothing more than an opportunity to leap, to push beyond your limits. You charge faster, trusting in your strength and momentum. And just before the edge, You leap. Feel the wind rush past as you soar through the air. And think back to your life, your reality. And picture yourself at a crossroads or a moment of hesitation. And I wonder if you would hold back, hesitate, or would you take the leap like that fearless rhino? I want you to imagine landing on the other side of that canyon with your goal now just ahead. You've made it through the toughest obstacles, but you're not quite there yet. Your legs are tired. Your breath is heavy. But you don't stop. You don't quit. You know that success is close, and you only need a little more persistence. With every step, you grow more determined, pushing through the final stretch. And I wonder if in your real life, you could imagine the moment, the times when you feel like giving up, when you're so close to achieving something but tired of the journey. And what if, just like the rhino, you push through, knowing the reward, the payoff, is on the other side? And hold on to that thought of your goal, the thing you want more than anything else. And imagine yourself back in the rhino, finally reaching your destination, which for the rhino is a lush green paradise. So imagine feeling the soft earth under your feet and the cool water of a nearby stream. You've earned this moment. You rest, not in defeat, but in triumph. You've proven to yourself that you can charge through anything. And now, you take time to enjoy the rewards and recover. So allow yourself to feel this sense of achievement, that you've overcome and conquered your obstacles, and now you take the time to replenish your energy. In life, rest when needed, but always in the knowledge that another journey is just around the corner. So enjoy this paradise, knowing that your journey doesn't end here, that you'll rest, but only long enough to charge towards the next big goal. Because you always have another dream in mind, another obstacle to crush, and with each challenge, you grow stronger, tougher, and even more determined. So find a place to relax and contemplate that next big challenge, and then return to the observer of the rhino still there in the savannah. And as you return to your human self, you bring this Rhino mindset with you. Feel it. Feel it there in your head, your heart, the focus, the resilience, the fearlessness, and the persistence. And before we take you back to your reality, your real life, think of one incredibly big goal, the kind of thing you could charge towards with that focus and determination. And I wonder what that might be. But the most important thing to achieve it is what you do in that determined way. So when you return to the present moment, I wonder if you could imagine charging through your life like the unstoppable force you are, knowing that no obstacle is too great and no dream too far. So imagine floating up off the savannah and returning back over wilderness and oceans, cities and land, all the way back to your physical body in the moment. And in doing so, take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your nose. And wiggle your fingers and wiggle your toes, connect fully into the present moment. As I now count from 1 to 10 to awaken you. Starting to count. 1, 2, 3, waking up. 4, 5, 6, more alert. 7, 8, open your eyes, open your eyes. 9, 10, wide awake. Wide awake. Wide awake.
Thank you for listening to The Hypnotist with Adam Cox, the show that gives you inside access to cutting-edge hypnosis with real clients facing genuine issues. To automatically receive the latest episodes, please subscribe. If you'd like to support the show, please share this episode with just one friend you think it could help. And if this episode helped you, please leave us a 5-star review.